Folks, it's 9:48 a.m. on the 26th day, 8th month, 2023. Had a big blast go across the world today. Hey, not very pleasant to see. And I kind of picked it up by looking at, I was looking at SatView over here. It should come up. And I was noticing a big break. And it was going all the way up through the cloud masses that I was seeing. And when I looked over at, I haven't pulled Windy back up yet because I had made a mistake earlier. Hey, so I'm going to do that now. And I had it on, I was on the satellite infrared and brought it back a few days, but I'm not going to today. Yeah, I'm just going to get it on. Give me a moment here. I had it loaded back to an archive of the 23rd because I was watching the storms go by. So I'm going to hit you to the 24th to give you 2 days. So I'm watching all the stuff going to impact Japan and the Philippines. And like I said, they're going to have a really big beam to move stuff, right? Where they headed, right? So this is going to take a minute to load, right? It says archives. And so let's let it do that as it's kind of important. So kind of show you how to read the clouds. And good morning, some of you people. I can see your names there: Jane Andrews and Terry Messer and Michelle Giants and Lisa Layton, Benjamin Anderson, and we got an image up now. Hey, Marina, I ain't forget about you, Marina. Think I'm gonna try to pronounce that last name with all them A's in a row like that? Oh my God. I don't know. You'll have to tell me later. And Dean and Jeff King, how you doing? Right, here we go. And the sickness mixed with streamering over Adelaide big time today. You got a big boiler out here, and I noticed a break in the clouds. And it was pretty easy to pick up. Because it went way north, affecting all this weather, all the way up through here, all the way up to Alaska. And so I wasn't lucked. Yeah, there's a bit of a break in the haze. Moisture reacted different in this swath here, especially it's very pronounced through here. A very pronounced beam sweat. It came right down off the coast here. And boy, did they blast it. Right, so I had a look. You know I'm gone. Right, so I had a look. I see this little line over here. Hey, point right at this place. Right here. Oh, what's over there? Right as I go to that part of the coast of Australia and I zoom in, you see what I got marked over here, don't you? Yes, he does the turd and birds. Yeah, sorry if it interrupts your feed for a moment while I'm zooming in. You got this great big old frying pan over here with Tesla death ray over here at the air weapons range over Salt Ash Air Weapons Range. Yeah, that's what it's called. This salty ash. Your ash is salty. You go to the beach, it'll be a shandy ash. And these is not small. Right, I've flown over this one time and got pictures of it. Yeah, I could call myself lucky that day. It was a break in the clouds. It's half a mile long, right? It's 0.86 mile. Clicks, 1.39 clicks. Not a little bit. Hey, that road is just stop it. Just stop. You know, you ever see a Tesla death ray? Wait, there's one. I've shown this a few times. This is not small. And the correlation between this off the coast here is location. Over here, like if I drew a line here, I would just see. I just read this here for a moment. I'm not dropping a place mark. I'm just using this for purposes of drawing a line. And I'll go over here. So what I was trying to do earlier and I screwed up. It'll look like you got like the death ray's been turned on. Over here. Yeah. Does to me. That's one of the devices that's been deployed to do this. So I'm gonna not leaving the feed. You can forget that. I've done that before too. Yeah, I picked up a beam going on over here. Yeah, we will cancel that. We could stay live. And as I moved up, I have to zoom down a bit here now so you can see the full extent of the massiveness of this beam. Right, we've got pops over here from known bases over here in Iceland. We've got pipes from what potentially looks like a ship at sea out here. Because as I cycle through the image, you'll start to see the pinpointnesses of when it first came on. This is a full roll of it with all timestamps and everything involved. Roll. I'll slide on the slower. Yes, it is massive. And it's going to cause quakes. It is, and it's already started. The outside lines of these, the shove towards the trench and in here is huge. Look, it went right over Vanuatu. See that point right there? They're manipulating this storm. They're moving that river of moisture. They back this up. So now this has to now come north. More inland here, bringing some more cold air up in through here that they can work into a storm to bring here later on in about 7 days. So this is like a wedge. And all this cold air this was coming from here, diving down here. It could do the shortcut up and over. And that looks like a dive down. Be watching this very closely. The beam comes back across here. It'll trap that in here. Now the cold air trough that's been created with this, the open end is it's doing a squeeze down this way of cold air. So the cold air will come down over Europe. It'll come down over Canada and then squeeze that down into the storms there. So I'm expecting maybe a little bit of an early autumn up there, maybe some snowfalls. And because of how the dynamics of this beam is going. Now, if you look over here where HAARP actually is located, the one facility you can say is HAARP is right here. See if we can get it to stop. You'll see that little, I'll get it on last frame step here. Right, I'm going to go backwards until I get what I want. Right there. You see that dimpling of the atmosphere right here? You see this blast right here? This is HAARP. So she's fired north, creating a heated corridor or a wall over the North Pole. Yeah, and so it can direct its cold air. And some of the cold air is absolutely going to get directed down over China from this part of the beam, right, to affect the floods that are going to hit the areas where the Three Gorges Dam is, as well as the area down here where the water catchment for Wuhan is. Right, you obviously have a ship at sea. You see these V shapes here, and we're well aware of a bunch of military games going on right now. Right, they all met over here. They all went on out, and I told you I was expecting some big beams and playing with their toys. Now this one here is centered in Antarctica. See that? This here could be Tiger firing, because look at the dimple over here that the super darn is left. This is a complicated beam to go over, and it's going to have a great effect on your weather. This is going to fuel winds. This is going to dry your soil out a bit quicker up in through here. And if you've got fires, your wind is going to increase right now. See this V shape through here? It's not the same as that ship or island is doing this. Yeah, they might be playing war games with each other, firing EMF back and forth at each other to detect or shoot down actual missiles by lasing the atmosphere so hot with the EMF, not necessarily laser frequency itself, until it's hot enough to destroy a missile. And that's what some of these things are designed for, like this one over here. Well, I'm not pulling that back up. That was a mistake. Like that one I showed you earlier. Close it. I'm not going to even let it open. Yeah, it's a very complicated beam, this one. You can't just say it was one device that did it. There's lots of little tickles going on here. And so I'm surprised nothing's fired in this direction here yet. Starting to see a few tickles down here. You see that there? So that could be sudden chem bomb nucleation. It might be able to pick that up here. We go over to the Polynesian Islands. This one's here. Yeah, we might see fields of bombs going off here. Yeah, absolutely. 100% chem bombs. So you have to learn to read those little tickles as they come. Little light that's big bomb right there. Look at that. Boom. Tendrils into another one there. Yep. Put one bomb in front of the other, and you'll own the weather by 2025. You'll own nothing and be happy, so they our oppressors say. Well, fuck that. Big boy games, flexing their muscles. You're 100% correct. There, Sarah Epps, but you forget about the part where the jackasses that pay for it is the taxpayer. And then they hand the toy off to the private corporation to make money on it. Oh, those Pee-Pee Island here. Hey, Peppy. Pepite. Took a turd. Let's look at this sickness mix over the open ocean here, headed toward these islands. These poor folks have no idea where their asthma is going to come from. I'd love for some people on this island to do me some pH checks of their right. Yeah, there's that bomb field itself right there. That was the one we was seeing. That's it, I see you. See the bomb field here? Oh, it's not wanting me to use the slider. Oh, yeah? Take that. Can't believe I'm sick. I have to go back at least 12 hours to catch that. They do, man. Look at the bomb field here. Way down low. A whole grid of them. Right down here. Even the CGA is picking up on them. The typical formation of the combination of the Polynesian Islands. It wasn't bad enough we destroyed nuclear bomb their asses in Bikini until their whole place went to the bottom. Here's your chem bomb field. Right here. Right there in that edge. It's not all EMF that you're seeing. You gotta learn to discern, man. It is. You gotta discern big these days. There's so much stuff out there trying to make you look like a liar when you say it so people don't believe you when you get the truth. You gotta ship out here. It's beaming north. They playing their war games out there and it's obvious. But the effect it's going to have on earthquakes and stuff is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. USGS earthquake map interactive. The latest quake is. This one set down low. Hey, so the beam sweat that came through here, right? Came right up through here. You already got it big. And that one hit it, about 8:14 last night. Was the beam going on at 8:14 last night? When was the exact point of initiation? Yeah, I'm going to go back in time now. We're going to take this back down. We're going to look for the first tickles of nucleations of the condensate. We get one here. I'd say right about here. So yesterday at 12 noon my time, we got the first condensate hit. See, then the beam shoots up. So the first energization was that one that went up the side here, right there. And it's also triangulating right on Newcastle. That's why I said that the Newcastle death ray was deployed. Maybe they're doing missile things. Maybe they're shooting more fake ones over the ocean here. Out in the Coral Sea as they're trying to agitate China in the South China Sea like they don't have a right to be there off their own country. How will we feel if China showed up over here and started playing their war games? Well, that's what we're doing to them. Yeah, they're lifting their kilts, man. It's a saber rattling contest. Big beams over here. Again, the earthquake here would probably be the North Atlantic Ridge. The liquefaction. It also sets up a reverb because we've also had beams going that have been causing quakes. It's like a swing going back and forth from one land to the other, bouncing its waveforms. Some will go under and add to those waveforms here. And then as we add more to it, it's like pushing the swing, and we can create more reverb. And this one here is mostly going to back this river up a bit here, and it sends some of that north. And this is going to steam now. Absolutely condense that chem. This cuts the river, so this is free now to turn back into that one. This one's going to continue its path and It's playing pinball and it's coming back up this way. It's absolutely horrendous, and that's all I'm going to show about this beam. I'm going to shut these down, except for one other thing that has to be answered. Was there any space weather event? And so that's always the next thing we look for. When we see a beam, we look for what was going on. And what was going on today was clean and green all across the board. Right? We can't blame this one on any type of natural occurrence. The only small kickoff happened on the backside here, and there must have been a planet there because it split the flow of the magnetics and brought it over to the side. See it right there? That could even be our own moon. But that part of the Earth wouldn't have faced the sun like since yesterday at 12 noon, which is 2 hours from now. Right? It wouldn't have done it that long. So their excuse to me is bullshit. It's a lie. It's a making less. I can run you this. It's not that interesting today. Poof, big puff of gas from the backside went out. Adds to some stuff that goes into the solar winds, solar wind. So we can actually say we didn't have that uptick. And we can go down here and look at the solar cycle of sunspots. It seems a bit high on the 10 years, but it's nothing all that unusual. And to look at the graph, it should be start to go down a bit again as the sun has its own heartbeat, really. And as you see, things are pretty on keel. Little ups, little downs. And as we're playing with these EMF toys, we're drawing Electrolink from the sun. And we could be triggering those colder spots by taking some of its energy away. Right? Is it through use harnessing of the Birkeland currents and strands that come from the sun. So as the EMF experiments go up and the nanometallics in our atmospheres rise, we can expect to see bigger lightning. You're on the outside edge of it, right? Oh, I got more images than that, and I can bring a more convenient one up where you can see the edge lines. And the energy that was actually more toward the center, aimed right at the Penis Insula here. This is going to put a bit of shock on the island here. And as that low moves away, it's going to open up some of the gaps, probably about around here. You'll be watching for the close-in beams over the next few days and to see exactly what occurs in that department. Glad I got an Ione, to calm my bones back down to that beautiful Schumann resonance, man. Beautiful Schumann resonance. Yeah, I've only got one left, a personal one that I can sell, so contact me if you're interested in it. Yes, we are still writing now. How you doing, Flower Little? Yes, blue seems to be the color. Now I'm going to do something about what you're more familiar with. We'll go with your 4K stations now. All right, I can go with your infrared too, but I prefer to just do what I normally do. So let's go with the 4K so I can start yawning here. Do you want both of you at the same time? We're going to double dutch this thing right here. Just Anzac the whole thing all in one package. The Anzacage, if you will, of weather. First in the Ansacking of the land. Oh, then nothing. Yeah, I'm telling you what, it almost makes you wonder. Is it time to sell up so somebody else loses it all to the land? Or has some new kind of tax for living there all the time? You will be paying rent. I ain't figured it out, the chess move yet. But it kind of appears that some new things that come along have made your owning your house deed illegal. It was illegal to have. Does that mean you get all your mortgage money back? Because it was illegal for them to sign for the loan? Or is it going to end? They got a bit of action there coming there for the weekend glory there along the old coast road where they can bomb you because they treat you like hoes. Look at this shit. They have a little bit of wetness down there along that beautiful coastal highways. Make it a little more slickery. Like all the oil on the road needs to lift. And as it goes out to sea, it's still... I'm not believing it ain't going to rain along that road there, that's for sure. Driving, I have some winds. Maybe it'll clear the channel out a little bit there for you. Ooh, as we get down here, the inundation and the thunderstorm should just about to be beginning on Monday. Because I told you, they directed a bunch of cold air up through that trough of that beam just here, put a block down, and it's sending it all into the truck. Yep. predictable weather forecast. I said they can throw their forecasts out the window. But they said they were going to need a beam to do it the other day, and there it is. I don't want to wind people up about earthquakes, so please. If you hear me mention it, it just means I'm higher risk. If you're in New Zealand and you ain't prepared for an earthquake, you deserve to have the bookcase on your head, fingers slapped off in the door frames that they forget to put the brick or the rock in. So I'm telling you, you got to know what to do there. You know when you're walking through a door frame. At any time that door frame might move and whack you. There's some pretty decent totals, but not too much that you can't handle. Right, a couple centimeters coming. Hey, nothing you can't handle on the fives. Port Mac, you just shed a big beam out from down this way here. Do you think that didn't have an effect on the weather? Split everything north and south above itself. How you doing, Fiji? I was a bit concerned about the tendril coming toward Fiji. They're directing it north. That means French Polynesia is fucked. As that's going to ride a little bit north toward these islands over here. That's just how it's going to work. I told you, your forecast was a drag. Oh, now they're getting a little more honest. Yeah, he said I don't believe that was going to stay offshore. So we'll be watching for some of the raising of the totals and the tens here on this corridor as the effect of that beam hemming the chem prevents shit from going offshore. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because when you get crap like this, and I mean really, this sickness mix you get. Right here over the desert, headed toward Alice Springs. Right here over beautiful Coffs Harbor, these pristine mountains of the Gondwana rainforest. Who did not ask for a little sprinkling of aluminum on top of on his leaves. Or some acidic rains, and I want these rains checked, please, for pH content. Yeah, how many directions of the wind did you have going over this mountain here with the booming and the pluming going on? Boom, 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 boom. Turn the town teams off. Because there are going to be new names now in here. Bada bing, bada bang, bada bong over here. And we better bring a bong to cop with all this bullshit that's going on. What in the hell kind of J letter is this? What in the hell of combinations? Z here, boom, 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 boom. I feel like I'm stuck. It's like listening to a rap record. Beatboxing this shit, your skies. Look at the chem bombs going backwards. 10 minutes jump. All deployed in a single line. All predictably catalyzing in this microwave electrosmog. Something came along in a line here and deployed here, 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 and here. As the bombs go marching on. Oh, I fucking got their number. Their number is zero. Nameless as you being cooked. A doodle dude right there. Come on, the big C cloud. Come on. Maybe that cloud be giving you the big C. Who knows? Boom! Look at that sudden deployment there. Pow, 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 pow. Boom, 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 boom. It's like you got a fertilizer thing throwing pellets out. I don't think it's all silver iodide. I just don't fucking believe them. Because where's the aluminum coming from? It's coming from the demons in the sky, spreading taxes wherever they fly, where they fly. And then they never, ever, ever seem to give it a rest. And they're going to go to the place where all of us do, just like the rest. Look at it. Look at this. They had a totem pole. It was like the devil. Look at thing over here. Which this bathroom off the coast here. 10-minute jumps backwards again. He's reversing the chem bombs and they still don't go away. Even going backwards, they don't go away. And their chem for SRM don't work. It makes all life worse, and I know we'll see clear skies again as they go boom, boom, flu. How is this, Christchurch? Look at how those waveforms just stay in place. Those clouds are not blowing away over here like they would. It's just staying there. Up and down goes the waveform through your body, through your pets, through the soils. Thank God I own an Ione. Look at the swirl. It's putting another bit of cocking pressure on the island there while that's popping it over there. Yeah, you're bound here. Yeah, that little wedge that's in here where the 5 faults meet's gonna pop. It's gonna jump up. Beam lines for the main action though is still along the Kemetic Trench, right about it through here. Let's see if we can pick up the explosion spec. There's a lot of action right here. So that won't surprise me if she don't hit in the 4.5, 5. See the square form to that? That would be a direct earthquake reading of from using EMF and chemtrails and knowing about those big blasts that occurred. You know, to know about this is important. I take that into account. As the streaming of this sickness mix goes through the passages of Vanuatu and New Caledonia over here is not very good for their health either. A lot of these people are getting toxified by the toxiflyers these days. Well, you can't hide your lies in disguise. And you ain't going to disguise your lies by inventing a new cloud name that didn't naturally exist before you made the new name. Now, the atmosphere is being changed with the metals. The ice crystals are going further around the horizon, so I think horizon line needs to be accurately measured because the prismatic effect of the atmosphere itself will have changed. This is terrible. Look at this streaming over here. As we go into Indochina, and we look at some places some of you love very much, like Bali. This cloud streaming over ain't fireworks to keep away the evil spirits. This is the evil doers coming your way. Kembam in these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful places. They make cappuccino over here where the cat shits the beans, man. Where would we be without a cat shitting a bean in our coffee cup? Oh, I would have lived without that one, but when in Rome, they'll all be drinking Capu Cricketino. You want a Cricketino? With cockroach squeezes in there? Yeah, there's your berry flavorings. Yeah, go look at the berry flavor there of your favorite milkshakes. Your favorite shake? I'd rather drink a polluted lake. Oh my, would you look at the guilt here. Bomb after bomb after bomb. Bomb, 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 dang, 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 boom, 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 chem bombing all of you. Even the people that with the voice, they don't give a shit. Brown, white, green, or yellow. They're chem bombing us all. Our oppressors have access to health care, and we do not. They have EMF-proof windows, insulations, doors, Schumann resonating devices that are like huge iones. You make one for stable ione. Boom! Look at that star formation. Look at communism. Have some communist skies. You can't disguise your communist skies from my eyes. And with your lies, all I gotta say about that is don't you lie to me, motherfuckies. Look at this shit. The big bomb clusters going off while you're sleeping. Because they know you're not awake. And whether you are bad or good, they can bomb you till you're going to awake. What's the writing over here? Something IX? Yaks? Yaks? What the fuck is this? Skywriting with chembams. He stayed in place for a while, so that winds wherever that was going differently in that level of the atmosphere, and that's going over the top of that. That's a low deck deployment. That's a faller outer, man. Drippy chemtrails. Look at the formation of this here. Do you need any more proof than this that your weather is owned? Well, I need some proof from you guys that you're not owned. Get off your asses, you woke fuckers, and get out of bed. It's nice to be awake and all. What you doing about? Was that the The headdress of the Cyberman here? Beep, 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 boom, boom, boom. How about the whales under here? Do you care about them? Should we be taking their sunlight away? No, we should not. If you had to even think for a moment about that, did you were wired wrong. You have a major malfunction in you. And unfuck yourself. You see the way the arrow's pointing here? One cameraman pointing at another. Boom, 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 boom. And their military operations are killing things. And when you're paying for that operation, as they order more bombs and this and that, and this looks like the old shit symbol, just right here off the coast of Tasmania. Boom, right there, going by the island. It's such a shame. What a shame. The Tasmaniacs. They got a campaign for. They got a nanoparticle for every one of us in the world. You can believe they already got a custom-made one for us by now, because you numbnuts swabbed yourself, gave yourself a barcode so they can medically test you. Go ahead and try that lockdown shit around me again. I have a feeling we're going to have a mask-off party. We're going to motivate Private Pile at the municipal level. He's just dropping firecrackers down behind them, popping bags and scare them to death. They're just fucking one jump away from a heart attack. Look at the A right here. They're using deployments that are just obvious as fuck these days, and this stuff is not healthy. It looked like an upside-down skeleton going over the country with the death knell for a forest. It doesn't take a goddamn genius to see her destroying the forest. They're defoliating our planet. They're growing fake food in warehouses. They used to have stock in it that you could buy stuff. Well, have some crickets. Go look at the ingredients on your food, and then go look at your sky. Go look at the leaves in your gardens that are organic, growing under a microscope, and you're going to be horrified. Because they've toxified our skies, they've toxified our soils, and they're not going to toxify the beauty that is a humane being. And there's so many humane beings out under here. There's so many of them suffering from infrasonic undulations for almost a day now, as we've been rippled in the upper atmosphere that comes down and it shocks the water underneath. And this is not kind. It's not kind at all. This is not what humane beings do. Torture things knowingly. You know, word abuse that's going on. So they do know what they did. Father will not forgive this time. They know exactly what they're doing. And well, yeah, what I thought. Yeah, it looks like you're headed for a 7-8 centimeters event. I think that's going to rise. To say you can be at about 12 centimeters along this coast on the 10 is very viable. Very, very viable. So let's go back a line now to get there to where the action is. And it looks like it's happening after the 5s, right about here. When that lightning meets and all that cold air comes up from Antarctica through the trough and mixes in with that from all the EMF. Wow. Wet season up the shore. All that's coming in a day. There's a big heavy totals coming. See it? It was all coming in one shake. And there's your second batch of rains. That's actually going to be significant. Where are the pressures looking like that day? Oh, the Stevers approaches New Zealand. And it's got to have room to go. So that just gets stripped of its moisture slowly. And kind of just holds there because that's going like that. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere no time quick. So, expect those totals to rise. And here's you get nothing till here. And then you're fubario. You have 2 events coming. And what does that mean? Swell the streams, then kill the dreams. And here's it looks like they're headed towards your corridor up here, Bundaberg, Rockhampton. Looks like you're about to get some action. And judging from the pressures here, this should spin a second low off up here, probably about the 6th. Yeah, when that scalar square of energy that made that happen cools off, that'll be an instant low. And slow coast cruiser. Could be an up and down. I'll be watching it very closely. Because you gotta watch that up and down, man. It brings things that are ever so moist. Some of you was waiting for that. Now let's have a look at the Devastator here. That's the second one. Today, again, the finger of God is showing up over this island, and you're not having a very good day, as it just keeps continually pumping off the shore, as it does what they call a wobble. It runs into a beam line, right? An actual beam line that's manipulated it. And I'm going to have to pull Mimic back up. And I'm going to go right for it. Just get that last step there. Right, that's the one that manipulated the second step. The manipulator. Right, they hit the river here. Right, that's gonna, and this one here is gonna take that water and start pushing it that way on one level of the atmosphere. That's gonna shove that another layer underneath that one. That's just how that's gonna work. The one hitting on the Philippines now is hitting a limbo from a beam coming out here on this side that held this off, and that happened yesterday, so I'm aware of it. And they also being right down the straight here that blocked it off. I showed that yesterday as well. Okay, so I knew it had to come down here. It's hit a wall of EMF that you could see right here. And she starts to wobble because as this is turning as the low in this hemisphere as anticyclone, it hits that wall. I tend to slow it down a bit, so I'm expecting the pressure to actually to rise a bit because of the friction of the toroid interacting with this beam here, and it's going to start its cruise back north. And the easiest corridor for it to go in is right about here. About that time here, this steamer's coming up. Yeah, this is going to be an event. Should go right through there. And another one's coming for Japan. Okay, so like we said, we'll be watching these very closely. So I'm going to pull it back enough you can see Japan as well. Because this is a shocker of a day for this area. And so I'll put it under rain. Some of the winds were going to be pretty high. You're in Tasmania, says somebody here, and the sky is not normal. Worried that they will burn us like they did Hawaii. Let's not manifest that. You won't be worrying about another event like that. I don't think painting your house blue is going to get rid of the blues. Right? There's certain spectrums of lasers that'll burn the hell out of a blue cloth. I'll tell you that. I could set a laser so it doesn't burn that cloth. I could set it to burn a certain color vein. When they use certain lasers. So I see some of these experiments are a bit whack. And the coincidence of the blue houses is fantastically provable of a coincidence. There's a lot of it. Not every car you're seeing out there didn't belong to the state coming to check the accident damage. Right? Don't be going wild to prove a point. Well, we got a point. A bunch of people died. We should at least give the dead their honor. And then we'll pick up the fight of why. See, that's a lot of rainfall in every 3 hours in these pockets that's about to hit Taipei. To hit the southern Taiwan over this is over the next 3 days. Mostly no fights. So he's going to do quite a wobble out to sea. He's going to cause a lot of erosion damage, a lot of liquefaction, a lot of houses going to get subsidence warnings that say you cannot rebuild. See that tendril out there? Say whammo. As it moved. And as it came ashore over here in China, it fucked those people too. Their own people here. And so this gets that tendril. And the tendril here is actually that came across the China Seas and horrendous. This is the area where you'll find the Three Gorges is where this one is. Up in this way. Where I'm trying that. Probably right about there. Woohoo! Have you seen heavy metals? Woohoo! Get a town called Woohoo, man. Get a town called Woohoo. They get all yin jang, jang, jang. Cool name, jang. Man, Sean. Tong Jin. Very heavy totals for Tong Jin, Dan Jin. Jin Rummy. I got Jin. Oh, and then we went over to Changville. Changshu. Bless you. Changshu. Bless you. Qingguan. Baojiang. Hey, for the numbnuts that don't believe in geoengineering and stuff, hey, this town is for you. You dongs. You dong. Okay, that's enough of that, or I won't stop. I just won't. So it's look some bad days coming for these poor folks here. Yeah, my heart goes out to them because when the Plume Nazis have a death ray, oh, that direct hit on southern Taiwan, and the worst part of the winds is going to hit the north right here. Worst storm surges right over this industrial area here. The made in Taiwan is not having it made today. South Korea again, Busan. Oh, Busan. That's almost booty, man. Osaka is going to get the Ugasakas again. Because they come for that place. That's a big manufacturing center. When did they hit Osaka? Was it this day here they hit Osaka? They sacked it to Osaka, or that was the day before. They've been one after the other inundating this poor, poor island, these poor folks. It makes you want to leave. And when you want to leave, you'll take where they offer to go. And as I look at the twin eyes of two storms here, that this one's going to then track north. I'm due to the hokey cokey, where they lie about shit, doing the whole bunch of coke in the White House, doing the hokey cokey Ukraine style. I mean, how many weird ways could this storm go? Pinpoint destruction. All right, now we'll go over for this one. And she bears in on these here. Once again, Kagoshima, Osaka, Hamamatsu, and Hiroshima getting targeted with weather warfare. And instead of dropping a bomb on them, they use the EMF to move things and to direct the storms right toward them, where they could just be used to heat the tops of these and destroy the convection so the storm would die. But that's not being done. It's pinpoint accuracy land grabs, earthquakes on command, and people seem to be following too many commands. And with that said and with that done, you guys stay safe, okay? Big love. Peace.